Welcome, everyone. Today, in the Golden Age Spiritual Ministry Live, I am very excited to share with you a channeled transmission that concerns this new year because we have officially entered the year of the wooden dragon. And as you know, this is very, very special. So, this transmission is going to be channeled from my soul with the help of my high council, co-creating with the spirit of the wooden dragon. I have never done that before, and I hope that you are going to enjoy it. If you don't know me, my name is Sandrine. I am the founder and leader of the Golden Age Spiritual Ministry, which is a non-for-profit here to help people remember the truth of their sovereign multidimensionality. We love to geek about all things quantum, about the connection of this physical reality with the spiritual realm, with the non-physical, and we love knowing you more. So if you are here live or if you join on the replay, please type in the comment. Let me know how you're doing. Hi, Harmony. It is so nice to see you here. And this year, we are going to see a lot of things happen, and I'm really excited to share with you. So remember to join me live every week at this time. I'm going live here on YouTube, and also I often go live on my Instagram account. So if you don't follow on my Instagram account yet, I would love to encourage you to do so. You can find me at @sandreens. All the episodes here that I share live weekly are also reposted as podcast episodes. So if you listen to me on the replay on my podcast, thank you so much for listening there. You can also follow me, share this episode with your friends, and like and comment. Remember that across all platforms, the more you engage, the more you will receive the amazing content that we channel and that we share with you. So I'm going to take a few breaths, and I would love for you to do that with me. We're going to ground together to be able to call in the energy of the wood dragon so I can share the messages that are coming for you today. Taking deep breath in and long breath out. Deep breath in and long breath out. And one more time. Excellent. Thank you very much. So this channel transmission is very special because I can feel here, it's like on my right shoulder, a very strong energy, very strong frequency of a wood dragon. We already know that dragons have this magical aspect that many humans are naturally drawn to. And it does not necessarily have to do with spirituality. A lot of us might first have started to be drawn to dragons by movies and by series and things that we see outside of ourselves, that we see even in like this 3D reality that we interact with. And through these medias, it has helped us cultivate the fascination that humanity has with dragons. And this fascination comes from somewhere. And often me and my high council would say, look, like all of these movies like Avatar, all of these legends, everything that is shared through books, literatures, movies and series, all of that comes from somewhere. So sometimes people could say, oh, you watch too many movies, Sandrine, your imagination is wild. And I say, where do these movies come from? They come from people who actually have access to multidimensional connection, and they channel this content to share with humanity. Only they are not aware of the process most of the time. But when we learn to refine our channeling abilities and to co-create with our soul and our High Council of Light, the way I do and the way I teach other people to do in my School of Channeling area. Therefore, it is very easy to have a very great level of precision about these amazing stories, these timelines that we connect with, and then we can bring them into reality and share that with others. And the Wood Dragon is sharing that it is very important to really feel into that, because this year 2024 is going to be a pivotal year into the understanding that the veils, the separation between what's real and what's unreal, what's non-physical, what's dreams, actually is really thinned. And it is thin to an extent that many of us are going to be able to perceive non-physical realities. So it's like these non-physical realities, they coexist with us. So, like many ascended civilizations, the realms of the fairies and the realms of dragons and many lineages of dragons, they are actually already present on this planet, the same as star races. A lot of people is like, oh, when are they gonna come, like our alien friends or families, and they look out for spaceship and things like that. But with my High Council of Light, what we always share is that they're already here. They're already here. It's just that you're not trained to learn to connect with them. You're not trained to learn to perceive them and to see them, because they simply operate, they live at a different level of vibration, different level of frequency, if you like. So it means that instead of looking kind of like up and waiting for something to happen, we can reclaim our power and realize that the stories, the legends, the movies, our imagination is actually tapping into timelines that are already present, tapping into these realities that are already there. And the Wood Dragon says that the dragon frequency has awoken. It started awakening back around 2012. So that's flash news. Like, all of this is channeled, right? I have not prepared for this. So like one of the pivotal points that happened in 2012, as we know, many things happen, even though if it's not clearly seen and understood fully by most, it's like the spirits of dragons became more and more active from that point. It's like they were sleeping for thousands of years, and a lot of them has started awakening, and many of us have started perceiving them. So I personally perceive them in frequencies. So like right now, I have a wood dragon very present behind me, around my right shoulder. He's not too big. He's quite small for a size, I would say. So I feel like it's light and easy. I have channeled before, even channeled once a dragon, and like very big ancient Lemurian dragon. I can tell you, I say never again, because that was really intense for my body, and it was really scary as well for the people who witnessed that. So it is easy here. I'm very grateful for this beautiful being of a dragon for being present in a form, in a frequency that is so light and effortless to channel. This year, it is all about bringing the non-physical, the frequencies into the physical. It is literally remembering that we are magical creatures, that we are beings of light, that we are frequency beings, but it is also why is it important? What does it mean in our everyday life? And this year, this dragon is saying is like it's quite important to really work on the physical, on the material, to shift the frequency of our everyday life. So more than ever, it is the realization that there is no separation between the physical, the mundane, and the spiritual. It is one and the same thing. So how can we, in our everyday life, find magic, find spirituality, even find inner prayer, heart connection in all our mundane activities or everyday activities that a lot of us sometimes think and feel that they are taking us away from our spiritual path, because we are running and we are being so busy doing all of these material things. It's like, oh, I really want to cherish and nourish my spiritual side. And here it is really weaving the spiritual side in everything that we do. because there is a huge recalibration of abundance, and the abundance template is a primal code. So I'm going to take my whiteboard here. So if you are listening to this on a replay on a podcast, I will describe it as much as possible. So here is the upper architecture of abundance. It's an overarching frequency, primal code. So it means that the recalibration is happening throughout the whole of humanity, but not only humanity, but this galaxy as well. And this code of abundance has many different subsequent frequencies. So you can imagine that the code of abundance is like a gigantic balloon, and this balloon has many different little ropes or cords tied to it, like connection. So one of them, of course, is money, money frequency. But there is also time, abundance of time. So here I'm drawing a little clock. There is also the abundance, for example, of love and connection with other humans. There is the abundance of adventures, and so on. So the recalibration of the code of abundance started a year and a half ago, and it's lasting for 3 years. It is the second primal code that has been recalibrated in human history. First, we had the freedom recalibration all around the COVID fiasco. As we know, it activated a lot of recalibration, which is internal, also planetary, around the code of freedom. And now we are right at the core of the reconfiguration of abundance. So the beings that are able, the humans that are able to tap in the code of abundance, to feel it, to vibrate, as an abundant being of the light, we see the abundance tremendously amplified during this year. On the other hand, people that continue choosing scarcity in all its forms, scarcity of time, scarcity of love, scarcity of connection, like practicing judgment, separation from others, and also scarcity around money. It's a mindset, okay? Here we talk about a mindset, about a disposition, about a placement of our consciousness. So if we choose scarcity, that's also going to get worth and worth and worth. So the wood dragon says that this dragon is all about bringing things down, really anchoring the magic, anchoring the abundance, anchoring the power, anchoring the purpose, the mission that we are here to embody on this planet. Dragons are fast. They are sharp, they are highly intelligent, but also they are some of the beings that hold the highest level of sovereign embodiment of their unique soul blueprint. A dragon knows who she is. A dragon is not apologetic for shining her light ever. A dragon also understands how to be fully devoted to God, to be fully devoted to Sophia Christ. A dragon understands higher sense of justice, which can be quite tricky to understand. This is why we go very deep on that in the Dragon Warrior Codex. I know that some of you watching here are there, so be prepared. It's going to come in the next few sessions that we have together. So generally speaking, we are really encouraged into going into action mode. So this year will be especially crafted on a planetary alignment. So we have momentum forward that are very, very strongly felt. Like now, we start the year of the wood dragon with freaking all planets direct. How more forward could this be? So now it is a forward movement. So now it is very good to really go in to then go out, meaning like, this is what I want. How do I get that? Let's get into action. Let's ground my reality in. Let's do all of these phone calls. Let's build that website. Let's call that person. Let's organize that event. Now it is happening. It is placing the foundation. So the wood dragon says that remember that a very strong building will crumble to the ground in no time if it doesn't have solid foundation. So the wood dragon is not about superficiality. It is about depth. It is about depth, but it is also about, and here we are going to use this word, knowing that, of course, it is just fluffed around a bit, because it is like about hard work as well. And hard work not meaning like, of course, we go into ruining our system, into just work, 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 and no fun. No, of course, like we balance things out. But it is very much this understanding that to get shit down, we need to get out there. We need to take action. It's not by staying on the couch that things are going to happen. So it is all about standing up, facing our fears, facing our limitations, and not allowing anything to slow us down, but working in a very clever, wise, and grounded way. So the Wood Dragon is all about really understanding your unique blueprint, understanding who you are, how you function in the world, knowing your architecture, your unique blueprint. So here the Wood Dragon says, like, it is a very good year, if you haven't done so yet, to get your natal chart down, to get your human design done, to get your gene key done, because these are foundation. So if you haven't had that done yet, please have your gene keys, your human design, and your astrological chart done. And you can also have readings every year, which I personally love doing, because it is an architecture that explains a little bit where my energy is moving and where I can focus more to have higher results, better results for my life in general. So the Wood Dragon says, like, get to know yourself through what I have mentioned, but also get to know yourself. Learn to channel your inner being, learn to channel your heart, learn to channel your oversoul network, your high council of light, because all of that is part of who you are and why you came here. So the Wood Dragon says, like, get to know yourself, your high council of light, and your purpose, because this divine trinity of you, them, and that is going to create a powerful vortex of accelerated expansion where you will be able to ground more deeply into abundance. Because when you live on purpose, knowing who you are and really working like with hard work, like every day you work, every day you place aligned actions towards the manifestation, the realization of your dreams, of your purpose. So as you do that, you are going to quickly perceive a momentum, because the year of the dragon is not a year of sluggishness, but it is not either a year of necessarily doing a lot of deep inner work. We just ended the year of the rabbit, right? And I know that for a lot of us, the year 2023 was quite challenging. I was like that too. The year of the rabbit is look about, like, it's very much like, if you are not fully aligned in any area of your life, the rabbit is going to hop from that and just hop somewhere else, and just going to have to get along with it. It's like, for me, a year ago, I really noticed that, I was not expecting that, but I ended up traveling a lot and moving to the city. That literally, that was not planned. So this work has prepared us, hopefully, by encouraging us last year in 2023 to do more of the inner work, to really recalibrate areas of our lives where we were not fully aligned. Not there is not more work to do, of course, there's always more work to do, but it was kind of like the clearing and hopping around where we can find a place where we belong more, where we are more aligned with, nature, the environment, the city, wherever you live, in all areas of life, like your relationship with friends, your relationship with your partner. So you can be more aligned there. So when this freaking year that we have entered now happens, the year of the Wood Dragon, then it is easier to open up our wings, to connect to who we are, and to really go for it, to use a forward momentum. So this year, again, going back to the dynamic of this year, we can expect to have a lot of forward momentum, and then a pause or even a few steps back. So remember, they say, you always progress forward. When the momentum is not there any longer, you will feel it, because something is not aligning. Like, you can try, it's like that thing is just not going. Don't push it, let it be. The less you push in the wrong way, the more you surrender when you feel like basically, right now, maybe you follow astrology, which is always, of course, highly encouraged. So you know that a lot of planets are in retrograde. So you adjust. It's like, no, it's more a time for reviewing what I have done, for planning the future, for planning the next steps, but it is not for like really action mode. It is more for contemplation, for recalibration, for presence. So when that happens, really follow that movement, okay? Because the next momentum forward will see you feeling very relaxed, very connected to yourself, and therefore all of these actions that you will be ready to take will be highly fruitful. The wood dragon is here, this frequency is here to really support the manifestation of our dreams. It is here in a chaotic world to remind us that miracles happen, the magic is everywhere, and that we are moving into that direction. The year of the wood dragon is here to say whatever happens outside of yourself is just a reflection of the collapse of the old. You are rebuilding yourself. You are building a new world, a new earth, a new golden age with your family, with your friend, with your wider community. How can you already bring magic in the mundane? How can you already embody more of joy, more of abundance, more of life, in this moment when you think like, oh, maybe it is not the world is eluding me, but like sometimes it is inappropriate. Sometimes we could feel that it's inappropriate to celebrate love, to celebrate life when so many people are experiencing nightmares and destruction and murders and rape. We feel it's inappropriate. But the year of the dragon here, the wooden dragon says, our heart is big enough to hold a multitude of frequencies. So we can, on one hand, feel the sadness and feel the anger, feel the frustration of witnessing part of humanity really experiencing hardship, and at the same time have also space in our heart to cultivate joy, happiness, freedom, abundance, for ourselves, for our family, and for our community. Because if we don't do all that, it means that we give up. We give up on love. We give up on light. We give up on the new earth. Because we say basically the evil has already won. And the wooden dragon is here as an overarching frequency and a powerful mentor to say, keep hope, keep faith, but also work for it. Work for it. Work for it in your everyday life. Work for it for your community. If there is in your heart, if you have ever felt the call to lead others, to share your gift, to speak your truth, to amplify your vortex of healing, of ceremonies, of wisdom that you can share with others, now is the time to do it. Now, this year. This year is the year where we need now to see all light leaders, light workers, mission soul. We need to really fully step into our power unapologetically by saying, yes, this is who I am, but I am also here to help others by experiencing more of life in my mundane life. I am weaving spirituality with my mundane life. So this dragon is reminding me to remind you that this template of abundance that I have shared before, you need to work on it. So, for example, if you feel that there is a lot of scarcity around money, just let that be. Don't really poke it. Work on like maybe abundance with friends, family members, and a partner. Work on abundance of time. A lot of us, we feel that there is a lot of scarcity of time. I was recently again listening to Dolores Cannon, and there was a transmission there. Like it's amazing, because some people say like, oh, like the convoluted universe is really, really challenging to understand. But when we receive teachings that we already know, that is already part of our blueprint, that we have already mastered, in other realms, when we receive that, it's very easy. So it happens to me when I listen to the convoluted universe. It's like simply reopening those libraries of information and knowledge within me, and I can retain that, and everything is so easy for me to understand, because it's my thing. I love geeking about like multidimensionality, time and space travels, and so on. And in that transmission, it was very interesting to notice that the person was channeling from, I think it was even like 15 years ago, and already 15 years ago, the Schumann resonance started shifting. And since then, it has been amplifying. And that transmission was sharing that our clocks, they are connected to the Schumann resonance. So of course, they continue doing like this, but in terms of actual energetic, one day is no longer 24 hours, it's 16 hours. And therefore, this is why so many of us feel that there is an acceleration of time. And this acceleration of time is real, it is true, only it does not relate in our physical reality as such. So people are a little bit like, on the fence for admitting that. But there is truly, and you can share in the comments if you relate to this, but truly, like, we can feel like 1 year is like very, very short right now. So the wooden dragons say that it is normal for humans to feel that there is a lack of time, that we are always rushing, there's always too much in our grid of time, because it kind of is happening. So what can we do about that? I want you to now do this practical exercise with me. I want you to simply close your eyes and use your hands in front of you and connect to your grid of time. Feel your heart, feel your body, take a few breaths, and imagine that there is a technology in front of you. So it's like a frequency that represents your grid of time, the way you manage time, and the energetic connection, your energetic blueprint with time. So connect with that, and you might feel that your hands are like not too far from each other. So this grid of time is quite small. Feel how restricted and constricted it is. And then come and place this grid of time in front of your heart. So you lower it down, and then you feel that you start breathing from the heart, and then the heart is shining this light onto this grid of time. And then we ask and request that this grid of time is recalibrated with the frequency of love, with the frequency of abundance, with the frequency of freedom and of our connection, and that this grid of time amplify to match the truth of our divinity as a multidimensional beings. And then you're going to breathe and feel all of this energy shining from your heart. So you're asking and requesting clearly that this grid of time now be amplified to match the highest level of frequency present within you right now, which is huge. You vibrate at a very high level of frequency, right? So this grid of time needs to adjust. So now you're going to take your hands and you're going to breathe and you're going to expand. And what I do is that I go like, I exhale and I pull it out like this, and I throw it to the side. So I want this grid of time to be bigger than my energetic field. This is how I personally feel, that it feels expansive for me. So stretch this grid of time horizontally, vertically, in all direction, and you pull it out and you exhale, and it's like, and you create a lot of space in this grid of time. You push it behind you, and basically you feel that this grid of time is really amplified. And you take a breath, and you can do this as much as needed. And it ends up being like, if you see me on screen, you can see that I'm brushing from the center out in different direction. And so I'm also moving stuck energy present. And this stuck energy is very much related to abundance. It is part of the abundance as well as freedom, love, and connection, because the 4 primal codes are completely interwoven. Everything is interwoven. So when we have a lot of restriction in our body, there is not an abundance of flow. When there is not an abundance of flow, we are in scarcity. So they say it is very much the case if we have like pain in the body and illnesses and problems. It's like everything is like really scrunched up. There is not an abundance of flow of energy. Also, when we get very stressed out with time, like when, like, oh my God, I don't have much time to do that. And I know I'm guilty of that. Like, honestly, um, I feel really abundant in general, but at the moment, one thing I notice, and I have witnessed that for the last few weeks, because I'm so busy, so many amazing things are happening in my life. But as all of these amazing things are happening in my life, and I receive so many downloads of things I want to share with you guys, new programs, books, and so on. It's like, oh my goodness, I do not have time, and I see and I witness my human going into the narrative. So I catch myself and I redo this exercise. So this quantum practice of stretching the grid of time, moving the stuck energy around, does give a lot of abundance. So what the Wood Dragon says is that then you are required to do that also in your actual material life, in your physical life. So look at your calendar, look at the schedule, rearrange things, and create pockets of time for nothingness, which is very important. So it depends. Some people enjoy doing that every day. So every day you have this kind of, like, I don't know, 20 minutes to an hour more, if possible, of just nothing planned. There is literally nothing in the diary, just going with the flow. So it can be every day. Some people, like me, for me, it's on Sundays. On Sundays, I really try my best, and I'm actually doing that most of the time, to not plan anything. If I have my daughters or not, it's like a day of flow. It is a day of really being there for my human, doing what my human feels like doing. Okay, so this creates abundance of time. So you cannot fall back into scarcity. So you see, there are many ways that we can access greater level of abundance and therefore vibrate at a frequency necessary to be really on the bandwidth of the ascension process and of this recalibration of the code of abundance. Because when we really work on feeling abundant with our time, with our week, with our day, when we feel abundant in love, when we have a loving partner, we give and receive love, and we have children and pets and friends. So like the social life that makes us happy, that fits, our unique blueprint. When we have an abundance of adventure, the Wood Dragon says, remember that, humans, one of our primal needs is adventure, is discoveries, it's going new places, trying new things, and that is something that you might not do often. This year is going to be a wonderful year to do that. So if you ever wanted to try it on that dance class, or traveling to that country, which could be a little bit weird because no one goes there, or whatever, like, if you want to try something adventurous, whatever that is, this year is the year where you're going to feel very supported for that, because you're going to create an abundance of new learning. So you're going to learn new things, you're going to meet new people, you're going to find new inner resources within you. So that's going to increase your abundance, as well as freedom, connection, and love, of course. And when you recalibrate abundance in all of these subsequent frequencies, like time, connection with lovely people, when you create an abundance of adventures, all of that kind of like increases the frequency of the architecture of the abundance, which means that it elevates you. It elevates you, and it allows also money to flowing more easily, because money is also a subsequent frequency. So if you increase frequencies of abundance in all the other aspects that you can imagine of, that you can dream of, then money will more easily also flow into your field. A lot of people teach, like abundance regarding money, manifestation of money, and they just focus on the money. But then what happens is that we meet a lot of limitations, limiting beliefs, trauma, fears, and it becomes this kind of like never-ending journey of, oh, if I'm not, if I don't have this amount on my bank account, it means there's still something wrong with me. But no, as Abraham Hicks says, it's like focus on what feels good, focus on what flows easily, because the rest will follow. So here it is what the wood dragon says. So really practice a lot of abundance of fun, a lot of abundance of all the things that we have shared, and money will also flow in your field. Of course, you can also work on increasing money consciously, and for that, the wood dragon is really good energy, because this is an energy that is going to really be highly beneficial for investing our money wisely, for creating savings accounts, for planning for the future. So if you ever thought about investing, in something, this year could be the year for you. No, I don't talk necessarily more in depth around that, but this wood dragon says that it is really about diversifying your source of income, diversifying the way you receive money. So if one flow is cut, you still have all of the other flows. And that comes with practice, with wisdom, with intelligence, with skills. This is learned, okay? So this is skills that you learn. So this year is a great year to learn new skills for physical materiality, physical embodiment, physical wealth on all levels. Yes, Sedona Transcendence Retreat. I will be going to Sedona again this year, which will be at the equinox in September 21st and 22nd. I don't know exactly the date of the Transcendence Retreat, but I will be facilitating. I will be doing trance channeling sessions, and you're going to have the possibility to meet me there if you are interested to come. I'm also quite interested in organizing a private retreat where I would get a big house and would have some people come and stay with me for a week of amazing potent transmission and one-on-one time. So more news about that coming later. But if you're interested already, let me know, because there will be a very few spaces for a private retreat in Sedona. So first one is Sedona Transcendence Retreat when I'm a guest speaker. The other one will be like a very exclusive retreat with me. Coming back to the year of the wood dragon, let me take a few breaths. If you have any questions, if you're watching live here or on the replay, please let me know. I'm always happy to answer. The wood dragon says that in a way, it is coming at this time now because of the age of the Aquarius, and because of the new earth that we are building. This new earth needs to be grounded in physicality more obviously. So we have already structures of the new earth, of the new golden age that are operating, only it's not very clear that they are that. And some of them can be, a bit hidden or not very well known by other people. But it is about making this structure more visible, more anchored, more potent, and to bring more of this structure. So, for example, we need people that can recalibrate the justice system, lawyers, like judge, all of these people. We need people to recalibrate the medical system, the educational system, all the healthcare, everything. We need basically light workers, mission soul present in all of these areas to wake up to the truth of their divinity, to be on purpose, to dismantle the structure from within so they don't crumble down fully and create tremendous chaos, but so they can quickly shift in frequencies to be harmonized to the fifth dimensional frequencies that we are here to activate. I know that can sound very difficult and challenging, but I want to tell you that it is very possible, because me and my High Council of Light, we tap into these future timelines of the new earth, the new golden age, like the societies where we live in peace and harmony in whole of humanity. Yes, in whole of humanity. And in these timelines, we can perceive also often how we get there. So, for example, I have clients like VIP clients or other students in some of my programs that are present in some of these structures. So, a lot of light workers and light leaders, they would come to me and they say, "Oh, I need to quit my 3D job to be able to open my business and work as a light worker." And I'm like, wait, 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 wait. What is it that you do? Are you happy there? Are you changing something? What is going on there? Because a lot of people are meant to stay where they are exactly for that purpose, because they have so much knowledge, because they have the network, they have the connection, and they are reawakening their memories. So they are there, it's very much like light spies, like the light leader spies, like we are here and we are inside, and then pam, we come fully on purpose, and pew, we dismantle and we rebuild from within. So I work with people like that, especially in a high level VIP mentoring, because I work one on one and I can literally see the timeline, creating a new timeline and a new timeline. And so I can literally channel and describe the steps taken and where the energy needs to be placed and how to get there. And of course, the first people who are doing that are going to feel that it's a lot to do, there is all alone, but we need one to start. And from one, it's going to create a ripple effect when more and more people have basically more frequency. The door is wider open for them to also share their light and recalibrate every system. So the wood dragon is about that. This year dragons are very present because the people that were born within this earth realm to activate a new earth, a new golden age, this year they're going to feel it. They're going to feel it. So if you have been procrastinating, if you have been keeping yourself small because of, like my trauma this, my belief system that, my whatever this, welcome to humanity. We are all on the same boat. Thank you very much. We all traumatized to different extents, on different levels. But we are here to say, okay, that doesn't matter. I can still work. I can still show up. I still have a voice. And my unique story is a unique story that is going to help other people. So I'm here to share my story. I'm here to share how I overcame these challenges. I came here to lead, basically. So the people that came here to lead, this year, it is the year that they're going to really feel it. And if you feel the calling and you don't do it, it's going to fry your nervous system, because there will be less and less tolerance for the physical aspects of ourselves, about us not working on purpose, not working from soul alignment. It's like literally like our oversoul network is like, the time has come. No, it's not. It's now. It's now. It's now. It's happening now. It's happening now. And the human will be like, no, no, no. The oversoul network will be like, well, it's like, what can I do? And so it's just gonna like, you want more of your oversoul network, more of you to come to life. So when that happens, why do you say no? Why do you resist? Like this, it's not the time to resist any longer. How long are you going to resist embodying your own light and showing up for others? Really? Like, did you come here to resist all your life? No, you did not. You came here to serve others. And I can help you with that in so many ways. We have the Dragon Warrior Codex happening. We have Iria School of Channeling, which is a 1-year certification program to become an extraordinary channel of light. We are just starting a new module, and now the doors are open. We are calling people in to join for this module. It's all about quantum healing. So we work with the Acturians and the dragons, and we are sharing teachings, technologies, and surgeries, cosmic surgeries that we have never shared with humanity before. I have been using that personally in my healing sessions for a long time, and I've learned to master it. And now I've been asked to share that with others. But there's also a new codex that we are sharing. And this new codex, I have only played with it for a few months, with it quite short, but it's extremely freaking potent. And we work with the Dragon Warriors for that. So when you join Iria School of Channeling, you receive the Dragon Warrior Codex. because you need to receive these codes to be able to go into the quantum healing journey. Just to let you know, like, we're going to have the 2-day event, and this 2-day event is all about cosmic surgeries, and it's to teach you how to practice conscious cosmic surgeries, not only on yourself, but also on your children, as well as your clients and students, and for bigger groups. So we have a lot of practices, group practices, where students literally already practice their channeling abilities, they refine their abilities. So now we like, they receive the technologies of the scanner and an extractor. And it is so potent that they needed to receive that 2 weeks in advance just before starting using it. We demonstrated how it works. Freaking mind-blowing. And students are going to learn how to use that. And it's absolutely amazing, because with the scanner, you learn how to scan the field of someone and see everything that's happening on physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels, multidimensional level, alternate realities, parallel life, inner child, past life, ancestors, timeline. Everything comes to life. It's freaking absolutely next level. That is the way to embody more of our blueprint. That is the way of stepping up in our purpose. It is to learn to know the self. And for that, my school of channeling is that, because if you are a mission soul, you need to understand what you're co-creating with, who you're co-creating with, who is your high council of light, who is right there on your right shoulder, on your left shoulder, behind you, in front of you, guiding you, mentoring you. Are you sure they are being of the lights? Because there are many false templates of the light out there. There are many false Isis, many false Acturians. How do you distinguish? How do you personally channel your heart? How do you channel your body? How do you channel your ancestors, your past lives, your inner child in a very highly effective way? Because, for example, I'm going to teach students how to extract information from seed life. Again, a lot of people don't know this. But when you work on just on past life like that, it does not really have such a huge effect in the long term, because you might just go back to a life that is just present, maybe like, let's say, 3 lives ago. But here is your timeline. So I'm drawing a horizontal line, and at the right end, this is now. So before, you would have all of these lives before here. All of these lights might have the same stories on repeat, same architecture, not finding my partner, not being able to know divine union, always having like horrible partner. So if you go to like a traditional past life regression, when the people don't understand that, they don't have the keys on how to navigate the quantum. So they might go to like the life before. And you work there and you see yourself in an abusive relationship and you work through that. And pretty much you kind of heal that. Great. But what about all the other one that came before? They are still there. So this is why, why is it still there? Why is it still there? What I teach my students in Area School of Channeling in the upcoming modules, and you are invited to join. You can join Area School of Channeling now and learn how to do that for yourself, but also for your clients and students and in groups. So we go back all the way to the seed life. The seed life, which was the first incarnation where that template was created, and therefore revisited in different forms. So we extract that. And this seed life is not only a past life, but we extract that because this seed life has created implant in the physical body, challenges in the emotional system, problems in the mental system, problems in the spiritual system. So it's a web. We also connect to ancestral timeline, because this seed life, most likely you played that seed life with some of your ancestors. And in this life here, if you go back few generations back, some of your ancestors would also have acted the same things from that seed life. So in that seed life, we work on that, and we also work on alternate realities and parallel lives. And this is when we use the scanner that I told you about, that my students in Area School of Channeling, they received this technology, which is actually not a technology. It was just an elixir that was given to them. So what is already present can be fully coming to life, because all of us, we have this scanning ability, the ability that is extremely refined psychic abilities, because we can literally perceive what's happening around the body, within the body, but on a multidimensional level. So when we look, when we learn this codex about quantum healing, from me, my high council, the Arcturians and the dragons, it's like there is a before and after. Literally, this is always what my students say. There's a before and after working with Sandrine and her high council, the Arcturians and the dragons, literally. Because the information is of such high frequency, such high caliber, but also really understand the big architecture that is completely life-changing and transformative. This is why what we do is called accelerated evolution. And I'm sorry, but accelerated evolution is actually freaking the thing. It is the game. So many people are like, oh, like we shouldn't try for accelerated evolution. Let's slow down. What the fuck? Like, time is accelerating, and what we share, everything that we share about, the codex that we are here to bring to life, that we are sharing within the Golden Age Spiritual Ministry, of course, it's accelerated evolution because it's already present within you. So what we do is just to help you remember what's already there. So how could that be possibly toxic and negative? It's not. Of course, you need to work with your nervous system. You need to work with your human. You need to do the work in your physical life to recalibrate that. But say fuck yes to accelerated evolution. When I said yes to that, over the last few years, I can tell you my life has tremendously changed. Some people comment on my physical appearance. They say like it's really changed as well. It has. I do feel it inside as well. My abundance, my connection, my life in general, everything is better. It is better because I am more aligned to me. And I'm also fulfilling my purpose every day. So I would love to invite you to join IREA School of Channeling, which is my 12-month certification program. We have nearly weekly live sessions with me. You receive really direct coaching, mentoring. It's a lovely group of people. And if you join now, remember that the retreat in Bali is included. It is the last time. Because after the retreat in Bali, we will close the doors just for a few months. And then when we reopen the doors again, the retreat will be complementary. So it will be optional. It's not going to be included in the codex. So we are going to Bali for 1 week. We are going to practice our channeling abilities in group and go deep into understanding quantum co-creation with our purpose and with our mission, so we can bring that now on planet Earth. It's going to be very exciting. So if you would like to know more and apply for IREA School of Channeling, I would love for you to do so. You can find all information on my website, sandrines.com. You can also type in the comment, I'm interested in your School of Channeling, or you can send me a DM, an email at info@sandrines.com. I would be so very happy to welcome you. The community is amazing. It's like super high vibe. Everybody's super, uplifting, encouraging, and very true as well, very authentic. And we have many dragons there, so many dragons. So this is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed the transmission about the wood dragon and the prediction for this year. Remember that we are living in the most exciting times on planet Earth, that we are allowed to feel joy, that we are allowed to feel fun, that we are allowed to dance and manifest and want more money and want more time and want more of the things, because we are here to experience ecstatic physicality. So I would love for you to continue following me, to join me live, to comment and to share with your friends, because the more gather in this space, the better it is for ourselves and for the planet. Thank you so much for your time, your energy. I love you dearly, and I am looking forward to seeing you next week.